Hello, Idaho, and thank you for joining the Idaho STEM Action Center for our virtual STEM Matters Week of Celebration. My name is Crispin Gravatt, and I am the Research and Data Analyst over here at the Idaho STEM Action Center, where we support educators, workforce development, out-of-school educators, and the broad community in the efforts to promote science, technology, engineering, and math education throughout the state. To kick off our celebration this week, we are joined by Kate Lenz, the VP of Human Resources from Kount, one of the leading tech firms located right here in the Treasure Valley. Let's bring on Kate. Kate, how are you today?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. How's your week starting off?
It is a great Monday so far.
Oh, good. Well, I am very excited to chat with you today and learn a little bit more about Kount and what you do. So to kick things off, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about what Kount is and what you do?
You bet. So Kount is 215 employees strong, and we are located at our downtown headquarters, 10th and Main in downtown Boise. We renovated a 100-year-old building that sat unoccupied for a number of years, just about 18 months ago. So it still feels new to us. So what we do is we stop credit card fraud for our customers. And our customers are merchants all over the world. So for example, Crispin, you might buy a laptop from a big chain store and or rather you might see a charge for a laptop from a big chain store on your credit card, but actually never receive it. And that could be that you were the victim of credit card fraud. So you would call your bank and say, I never purchased this laptop. And the bank would say, don't worry about it. And they would remove that $1,500 purchase from your credit card statement. But that large store or a small store, depending on who's selling laptops, would be out the cost of the laptop and the credit card charge. And if a merchant or a business has too many of those chargebacks, as they're called in industry terms, they're levied a fine for having too much fraud. And Kount protects merchants all over the world. And in turn, that's protecting me and you from fraudulent transactions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It is great. I feel like we're socially good because we're stopping fraud. In addition to that, there's something called account takeover. And that's where you and I might have a loyalty account and earn something like a free chicken salad or a free pizza. And I used to think, well, a bad guy or a fraudster would only want something big like a laptop. And the sad reality is if someone can hack into your account to get a free chicken salad, they might try. So Kount technology can also stop that. Our recent news about 2 weeks ago is that Equifax, a large company headquartered in Atlanta, announced their intent to purchase us. And we are thrilled to be under the Equifax umbrella. But we're especially thrilled because they love what we're doing in Boise, and they love Kount's mission of doing whatever it takes to stop fraud. So we will keep growing and keep hiring. In fact, today I have 20 open jobs.
That's awesome.
It's also a little overwhelming.
Well, it's great that you're able to stay right here in the Treasure Valley where you got your start, right? Here in Boise.
Yeah,
so tell me a little bit about how Kount got its start here.
Yeah, you bet. So our founders discovered, hey, here is this gap in the marketplace where with the move to online transactions or card not present transactions, especially as we all found during the past year with the pandemic, there were more opportunities for fraud. And so 15 years ago, started creating what has become Kount today. And of course, a lot of that is part of our secret technology sauce. But it's certainly evolved and grown over the past 15 years.
That's amazing. And so Kount is also super involved with some of the efforts here at the Idaho STEM Action Center promoting STEM education. So tell us a little bit about, I guess, some background. What does STEM or technology workforce look like for Kount?
Well, I would be hard pressed to find someone who is not using technology or STEM skills at Kount. And I want you to understand, of course, I employ a large team of software engineers, database engineers, and those that I think our minds gravitate towards those more technical careers. My finance and accounting team is using technology and a SaaS platform to perform our monthly reconciliation. My customer success team, who deal with our customers, who again, they're large merchants all over the world, they're using data in the terms of technology to respond to those customers' inquiries. So every role, customer facing, accounting, finance, HR, we have a very robust applicant tracking system so that when people are interested in our positions, we can easily sort through them and get back to them. Every role has aspects where people that we hire need to have an understanding of technology. So we are huge proponents of STEM education, and specifically the STEM Action Center, because we think we need to make sure that Idaho graduates, Idaho students are aware of all of these career opportunities. This is more than, do you want to be a software engineer? That's a great job, but really knowing that technology is going to be part of careers in Idaho, no matter what you do.
That's awesome. And it sounds like Kount continues to grow. So the need for a STEM skilled workforce for your business is going to grow as well.
Right. I mentioned I have 20 open positions. If I could wave my wand, it would be get me more qualified candidates. So today, very candidly, I feel like a little bit of the Boise tech community specifically is we're hiring from another tech company where an employee might have that skill set or a candidate might have that skill set. Or you might notice that you have new neighbors and we're hiring people who really want to live in Idaho. And that's fantastic, except that doesn't scale. So I know that the biggest answer is I want students to pursue STEM careers so that I can have more internships and I can continue hiring and growing.
That's awesome. And we are so grateful for your support as we continue to expand the kinds of offerings that we have in STEM and computer science for all of these jobs from, the techie coding side all the way to HR and finance.
Yeah.
So it's a really great partnership that we've got. So what are some of the biggest projects that you're currently working on over at Kount?
Well, we have an extensive product roadmap, and part of our technology product roadmap, which by the way, there's career openings in product roles are where that role speaks to what customers need. What do customers need for the next generation? So our product roadmap includes enhancements. And part of those enhancements are, we know that some of our merchants want to use artificial intelligence to make decisioning quicker based upon prior orders, based upon machine learning of prior orders. How should they action orders that look to be fraudulent? So that's a big part of our product roadmap in 2021.
So are you developing your own sorts of artificial intelligence to feed into that workflow, or are you partnering with other?
Yeah, we are. We have a great team of data scientists, and we also have patents related to artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I mean, it's just fantastic that if you think about an Idaho student today could attend college and be working on machine learning projects right here in Boise. You don't have to move out of state to be exposed to some really high-tech stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And are you currently partnering or looking into potential partnerships with some of the colleges and universities that we have around here to sort of start to feed into your workforce?
Well, I would say we already have great partnerships in terms of um, attending career fairs and looking for opportunities to get in front of students. And also, I think a big factor is having internships. Now, remember the size of our company. We're only 215 employees. So our internship program is relatively small compared to some larger organizations in town. But we know that's a way to get students excited about futures at Kount.
Awesome. And we are excited to continue to explore our pathways forward, supporting educators and students alike to support organizations like Kount in the long run.
Yeah.
So, what are some more of the biggest concerns that you have for the future of your workforce at Kount and the workforce more broadly here in the Treasure Valley as we look at our tech outlook for the coming years?
Yeah, well, I mean, a big concern in terms of Count's ability to grow is scarcity of top talent. And that's not something that's a Boise problem. That's nationwide, that we know we need more people in technology careers. But now, internally at Count, what are we doing? I want to make sure our teams are motivated to stay and grow their career at Count. And so that could be Kount picking up the tab for some training that helps them advance in their career. And in theory, you could say, well, doesn't that help them get a better job somewhere else? It could, but we're making those investments so they can grow their career internally at Kount. Something else that we've noticed over the years is that the industry that we're in, you can't just rest on your laurels. And so we have senior engineers and team members across multidisciplines who are continuing to learn. And that's really an internal quality that I would love for more people to embrace. If you ever think you graduate from college and you're done, you're not done. Just try to navigate a new version of Excel, right? And so that's the same with our technology teams, is embracing and learning new technology as it increases efficiency or it delivers better results for our customers. We want lifelong learners at Kount.
Awesome. And we want lifelong learners for the state of Idaho broadly to feed into organizations like Kount.
Yeah.
So, what is your biggest hope for the future of the STEM workforce in your fields?
Oh gosh, I think my biggest hope would be if Idaho universities and colleges said, we can't take any more, right? We're at max capacity, and we know that's not the case. I can tell you personally about me. I grew up in rural Idaho. My parents farmed. It was a great way to grow up, and I had such a fantastic experience at a rural high school. What I didn't have, though, was exposure to technology careers. And I hope, my wish is that students in rural areas, but specifically, but also students all across Idaho can have an awareness of career options where they can still live where they love. I love it here. I don't want to move. Live and work where you love in Idaho and have a great career and great salary opportunities for you and your family.
And those are great salary opportunities indeed. We know that the average STEM job in organizations like Kount is about double the average wage for other jobs throughout the state. So, a great opportunity to grow not just intellectually or professionally, but also financially, as well as students look forward to career pathways or folks look to translate their skill sets into another sector.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure you've thought of this, but when we have people in roles where they have some extra money, maybe that means they're going to a restaurant. Maybe that
Hmm.
means they're buying a new car. It helps all facets of the Idaho economy.
Yes, STEM is the path forward to economic prosperity.
Right on.
So then, sticking sort of on that topic, talking about students and parents and the path forward, what advice would you give to students who are looking to select coursework, to parents who are trying to find paths forward for their children, and to teachers who are trying their best to support?
Oh, I think my advice comes from a great true story. We had a group of high school kids from Canyon County attend a tour. Sometimes we call them show and tell. We tell them a little bit about what Kount does and we show them around. We had a panelist of um, new hires who were recent college graduates. And one of my recent college graduates raised his hand and said, I got to give you some advice. I flunked my first college math class and I could have easily turned away from this career. Instead, I got free tutoring and I figured it out and I got better at math. And for me, that was the best advice of the whole program because I think we can easily be intimidated and think we're not smart enough, or it might be too hard, or it might be different careers than what our parents have picked. And you just need to know as students and parents that there are resources at colleges and universities that want you to succeed, and you can have a great job and fail a freshman math class. So don't give up, be resilient.
That is some great advice, and I can personally speak to that, having failed my first college math class. uh, it's a learning experience and an opportunity to start to develop some new skills and grow in some different directions. So
Right.
that is some really sound advice. So looking to now and in the near future, as some students who are selecting coursework now will be looking for jobs in the future, what are some of those most important skill sets that you're looking forward to?
Well, I already mentioned lifelong learner. So have a desire to keep learning, get yourself okay to be in a position where you might not always know all of the answers, because we're going to be learning and continuing to learn new things. The second piece, it doesn't come part of a university degree, and I just would really encourage Idaho students, show up. Be the person your employer wants you to be. Be someone that can be dependable. Be a team player. Um, Work well with others. We're not in this alone, and you would be surprised at how much more enjoyable work is and how much career growth you can have just by having some of those great habits about being a great team player.
Yes, teamwork and those sort of 21st century skills of creativity and problem solving, to address some of the changes that we're seeing in fields like tech, fields like HR and finance, as new problems emerge as the ways that we move through the world start to change.
Right. Our Kount's CEO is kind of famous inside of Kount because he always says focus 95% on the solution and only 5% on the problem.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah,
I'll start to reframe some of my internal math now.
right.
All right, so looking at all the work that we have to do to get a STEM ready workforce, how can organizations like the STEM Action Center and some of our partners help to pave the way?
Well, I think a big thing is awareness, right? So making sure students know that they're smart enough and there are pathways to great technology careers. The second thing is don't shy away, even if you're not certain where you want to go with your career, but don't shy away from attending those career fairs. And I know the STEM Action Center is a big part of that. for high schools and local communities to attend. So don't shy away from that. That's a great time to explore and find out about other companies that might not even be on your radar.
That's awesome. So how can folks learn a little bit more about Kount and maybe apply for some of the jobs that you have open?
You bet. So our website is kount.com, and we're a little creative. We're Kount with a K, but that's where you can learn about our products, the problems that we solve for customers, as well as our career opportunities. And we love interns. And again, those internship opportunities are across all disciplines. So our marketing team has a huge emphasis on technology as well. So you just need to be aware that there's opportunities to use technology across all disciplines. So reach out.
All right. And one more time, that's kount.com with a K.
Yep.
The count part, not the com. All right. Kate, thank you so much. Is there anything that I missed that you want to make sure that the folks who are watching understand?
Yeah, I would just say, in conclusion, I know that I was a pretty good student at my rural high school, and I still felt intimidated at college. So you just got to set that aside, because everyone is just like you. And really, if you're not sure where you want to go with your career, because those are difficult decisions to make at age 16, 17, 18, ask your neighbors. Interview people of sorts and find out what would be the best fit for your skill set. Because we spend so much time at work, you got to love what you do.
More sage advice. Thank you so much for joining us today, Kate.
Well, you have a great week.
You too. Look forward to partnering more in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was Kate Lenz, the Vice President of Human Resources for Kount, a leading tech firm right here in the Treasure Valley. Well, everybody, we are off to a running start for our virtual STEM Matters Celebration Week. Stay tuned on our Facebook page for more interviews with different organizations, different leaders in government, in tech, in education, and we have some fun activities posted every day from our partners over at CBS 2 News. So we hope to see you throughout the week. Happy STEM Matters, everybody.